September when history was made. Oh, Belize, our home, sweet home. Hurrah, hurrah, hip hip hurrah, as we cheer them and greet them today. The Baymen is flying on the sunny side at the battle of St. George's Caye. Marching today and proudly say, as we are celebrating our day. It was the 10th day of September when history was made at the Battle of Old St. George's Caye. Hurrah, hurrah, hip hip hurrah, as we cheer them and greet them today. The Baymen did fight a wondrous glorious fight at the Battle of Old St. George's Caye. Hurrah, hurrah, hip hip hurrah, as we cheer them and greet them today. The Baymen did fight a wondrous glorious fight at the Battle of Old St. George's Caye. May the glory of the Baymen never fade as we march and wave our flags today. The 10th day of September when history was made. Oh, Belize, our home, sweet home. Hurrah, hurrah, hip hip hurrah, as we cheer them and greet them today. The Baymen is flying on the sunny side at the Battle of St. George's Caye. We are marching today and proudly say, as we are celebrating our day. It was the 10th day of September when history was made at the Battle of Old St. George's Caye. Hurrah, hurrah, hip hip hurrah, as we cheer them and greet them today. The Baymen did fight a wondrous glorious fight at the Battle of Old St. George's Caye. Hurrah, hurrah, hip hip hurrah, as we cheer them and greet them today. The Baymen did fight a wondrous glorious fight at the Battle of Old St. George's Caye. September when history was made. Oh, Belize, our home, sweet home. Hurrah, hurrah, hip hip hurrah, as we cheer them and greet them today. The baymen and fire on the third side at the battle of St. George's Caye. Marching today and proudly say, as we are celebrating our day, it was the 10th day of September when history was made at the Battle of Old St. George's Caye. Hurrah, hurrah, hip hip hurrah, as we cheer them and greet them today. The baymen did fight a wondrous glorious fight at the Battle of Old St. George's Caye. Hurrah, hurrah, hip hip hurrah, as we cheer them and greet them today. The baymen did fight a wondrous glorious fight at the Battle of Old St. George's Caye. May the glory of the baymen never fade as we march and wave our flags today. The 10th day of September when history was made. Oh, Belize, our home, sweet home. Hurrah, hurrah, hip hip hurrah, as we cheer them and greet them today. The baymen did fight on the third side at the Battle of St. George's Caye. We are marching today and proudly say, as we are celebrating our day. It was the 10th day of September when history was made at the Battle of Old St. George's Caye. Hurrah, hurrah, hip hip hurrah, as we cheer them and greet them today. The baymen did fight a wondrous glorious fight at the Battle of Old St. George's Caye. Hurrah, hurrah, hip hip hurrah, as we cheer them and greet them today. The baymen did fight a wondrous glorious fight at the Battle of Old St. George's Caye.
morning and welcome, everyone. Good morning and welcome, everyone. Announcing the official arrival of Her Graciousness, Queen of the Bay, Miss Miria Cyprian, and Queen Designate Miss Joelle Jones, who are being escorted this morning by Sergeant Kirisio Koch and Sergeant Tulum of the Belize Defense Force, respectively.
Symbol of love is the Queen of the Bay.
Forward marchers! Push! March!
All right. All right. Right! Board all right! Quick! March!
Ladies and gentlemen, we now have the march on by the Belize Defense Force. This morning's parade is being furnished by members of the Belize Defense Force and Support Battalion. The parade commander is Captain Ball. Parade Sergeant Major is Warrant Officer Class 2 Nelson Hughes. Right marker is Sergeant Quayle. Left guard is Captain Ball. The color party is comprised of the ensign, Second Lieutenant Evan Cal, color party. Sergeant Major is Warrant Officer Class 2 Alfredo Shaw. Escorts to the color are Staff Sergeant Fidel Licio Pop and Staff Sergeant Gladstone Palacio. The parade is being facilitated by the 4th Sergeant Major Warrant Officer Class 1 Wilfredo Mahano, who has recently been inducted into the International Hall of Fame at the NCO Leadership Center of Excellence and Sergeants Major Academy.
Arms! In! Open order! Right! Yes!
Today's Guard of Honor, mounted by the BDF, is being provided with musical support by the band of the Belize Defense Force, managed by Bandmaster Staff Sergeant Trevor Major and administrated by the Director of Music, Captain Kevin Campbell. Today you will hear musical selections like the Queen of the Bay, Abel's March, Belize by the Sea, and Belize's very own Ding Ding Walla Walla.
Right! To the north! East! Easy.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, again presenting to you the band of the Middle Defense Force, invited by the Bandmaster, Staff Sergeant Major, and administrated by the Director of Music, Captain Kevin Campbell.
Warm welcome to one and all to this official ceremony commemorating the 223rd anniversary of the Battle of St. George's Caye, being held under the theme Believes at 40, Hopeful Hearts, Steady Hands, Together We Rise. And now announcing
The arrival of the Mayor of Belize City, His Worship Bernard Wagner.
Right! Right! Shot! Right! The north! East! South! Easy!
now announce the arrival of the Leader of the Opposition, Honorable Moses Barrow.
Right! Right! Shot!
This will be followed by the arrival of the Acting Chief Justice.
Right! The north! East! South! Easy!
Ladies and gentlemen, I announce the arrival of the Acting Chief Justice, the Honorable Michelle Arana. He leads at 40, hopeful hearts, steady hands.
Right.
Together we rise.
Right! Shoot!
Momentarily, we will have the arrival of the representative of the Honorable Prime Minister.
Right! Standard! East! Stand! Easy!
Ladies and gentlemen, now announcing the arrival of the representative of the Honorable Prime Minister, the Honorable Anthony Mahler.
Right! Right! Shoot!
This will be followed by the arrival of Her Excellency, the Governor General.
Arm! General salute! Present! Arm!
Ladies and gentlemen, ask that you please rise. And if you could all face to my right.
Right! Shoulder! Arm! Order! Arm! Standard! East! Stand! Easy!
Kindly take your seats. Ladies and gentlemen, I ask that we kindly rise again as I announce the arrival of Her Excellency, the Governor General, Mrs. Froila Salam, and Mr. Daniel Mendez. Can we please rise?
Shot! Shoulder! Arm! Raw salute! Freeze it! Arm! Right! Shoulder! Arm! Order! Arm! Right! Shoulder! Arm! Royal salute! Freeze it! Arm! Right! Shoulder! Arm! Order! Arm! Your Excellency, may I have permission to march off the parade? Your Excellency, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, Her Excellency the Governor General, Mrs. Froila Salam.
The parade will march off!
We will now have the march off by the Belize Defense Force, and I will ask that we remain standing as they march off. In this morning's parade is being furnished by members of the Belize Defense Force and Support Battalion. Musical support provided by the band of the Belize Defense Force.
Right! Move to the right in column of view! Right! Shoulder! Arm! Right! Turn!
Teleporter! Off the hood! Change direction right! Right! Move! Quick! March! Teleporter! party! Quick, march!
Hey! Border left! Quick! March!
Very pleasant good morning once again and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this official ceremony commemorating the 223rd anniversary of the Battle of St. George's Caye, being held under the theme Belize at 40, Hopeful Hearts, Steady Hands, Together We Rise. And before we get into this morning's official program, I want to just acknowledge, of course, the presence of the chairman of the National Celebrations Commission, the Honorable Francis Fonseca, Minister of Education, Culture, Science and Technology. I want to acknowledge the Ambassador of the Embassy of the Republic of China, Taiwan, His Excellency Ambassador David Shin, and other members of the Diplomatic Corps. Certainly want to acknowledge the President of the Senate, the Honorable Carlin Trench Sandiford. We're certainly honored to have you all present here with us today. And so, without any further ado, I will call to the stage my good friend to lead us in this morning's invocation, Canon Leroy Flowers.
Pleasant good morning, everyone. If you would be so kind, those who are present, if you would stand. The psalmist reminds us that our lot, our boundary enclose a pleasant land, and we have a goodly heritage. Before we begin our ceremony this morning, I ask that we remember all those who have suffered and have died from this pandemic that is plaguing us and the world. For those who have died from violence in our streets and in their homes, let us pray. Almighty God, we, the people of this fair land called Belize, gather together today to give thanks for the historical date that gave birth to this, our nationhood. Our celebration is tempered by the health pandemic and economic desert and disaster we face as a people. Our people cry out in pain and anger and hurt and abuse, living in poverty and hopelessness and unemployment and unemployable, fearful, and total lack of trust in each other. In the midst of this pain, we, like the children of Israel, come to thank you. We thank you for all our frontline workers, including our doctors and nurses who are fatigued and overwhelmed, as well as our police officers, custom and immigration officers, and many others across our land. We thank you for all our public servants and teachers who have not only been called upon to make economic sacrifices in helping to restore our fiscal health and stability, but along with all unionists across our land, have awakened the nation's call for good governance. We implore you, O God of grace, to guide Her Excellency, our Governor General and her family, our Honorable Prime Minister, his cabinet and all their family members. Give our acting Chief Justice and other judges of our courts wisdom that they may dispense justice with mercy. Bless also Her Majesty's opposition leaders, that they may play a positive role in our nation's well-being and welfare. Father of mercy, God of love, we are aware of the pain and suffering of many of our peoples caused by crime, violence, poverty, as well as by abuse of power in leadership across our land. Endow with vision and wisdom all our leaders, religious and political, to finding solutions to the many problems and challenges we face as a people. That together we will all find solutions for the greater good of all our people. Let us all use our power, our authority, and trust to improve the quality of life for all our peoples, not only for some. Remove from us, as we celebrate arrogance and greed and deception and dishonesty and the feeling of entitlement, but rather work for the common good of all our peoples and citizens of this fair land, where respect, justice, truth, and integrity becomes the hallmark of our relationship one with another at all levels. Cause now your Holy Spirit to make our leaders humble and call us to a common purpose for the greater good of this our beautiful land we call Belize, that we may develop a great pride to be Belizean. And all this we ask through Jesus Christ, who lives and reigns one God, now and forevermore. Amen. Go get vaccinated.
Kindly be seated. And thank you very much, Canon Flowers, for lifting up our nation and our people and our leaders in prayer. And you all heard it, ladies and gentlemen, from the Canon himself. Get vaccinated. I now call to the stage the Mayor of Belize City, His Worship Bernard Wagner, as he delivers this morning's official welcome.
Good morning. Protocol having been established, I want to honor for me to stand here today as the mayor of our beautiful city by the sea and welcome you to the 23rd anniversary of the Battle of St. George's Caye. Belize is one of the best living examples that can relate to the phrase, history repeat itself. 224 years ago, 14 brave men from Flowers Bank journeyed to Belize Town, which is today our vibrant city, and tipped the scale of decision-making in favor of courageously defending our territory from a Spanish attack versus surrendering and evacuating. An year later, freed slaves joined the baymen and skillfully brandished unsophisticated weapons and clever strategies to outmaneuver the ravenous invaders, successfully defending our territory from an existential threat, essentially safeguarding our destiny from someone else's control. Today we celebrate that monumental victory that has woven a fabric of pride, resilience, and heroic determination in our collective, gritty DNA. That victory lives on through our repeated conquests amidst adversity and tragedies. I wish to especially recognize the bravery of the legendary 14 from Flowers Bank, whose long journey down to Belize Town shaped the history books we continue to write today. Through their hopeful hearts and steady hands, a sovereign territory rose. That gritty Belizean DNA prominently manifested itself in profound glory yet again in 1981, when a group of bold leaders led by our father of the nation, George Price, and citizens contested the improbable and rallied for Belizean independence. While our country, unlike some of our neighbors, did not require war to attain political independence, we did have to tackle imperial might, local dismay, mischief makers, and sabotage to earn our proud nation her seat around international tables. Alas, at midnight 1981, down came the Union Jack, which was succeeded by the pounding hearts, beaming pride, and the fulfilled, gritty DNA of our people. All of that is symbolized and immortalized by our iconic national flag, a red, white, and blue masterpiece, dancing to the tune of our own national anthem. Independence at last, through the hopeful hearts and steady hands of those at that time, once again, Belize rose, and we safeguarded our destiny from someone else's control. Today, 4 decades after we willed our way to independence, and 223 years after fighting off the Spaniards to preserve our immaculate 8,867 square miles, our gritty Belizean DNA is being called to task yet again. We are now 2 years into this unprecedented global health crisis, as if the direct threat to life and our well-being was not distressing enough. This health crisis has positioned itself as the cornerstone of a perfect storm. Simultaneously with this virus that has invaded even my home for a moment, we're experiencing a crippling global economic crisis, which is being felt brutally right here in our 501 in every home. People continue to lose jobs faster than aid can be mobilized. Those previously unemployed are now more isolated than ever. The unschooled, the old, the medically at risk are all exposed like never before. And businesses, small and big, are dancing on erratic tectonic plates, one sudden shake away from closure. But we can, and we will, overcome. Hopeful hearts, steady hands, together we rise. This year's September celebration theme is our call to action. It's our instructional chant to guide us through this grueling storm. Through hopeful hearts, it's our collective empathy and community spirit that will kickstart our return to brighter days. At City Hall, we will continue to promote the social and economic development of our municipality through our numerous national and local development programs and through the provision of effective and efficient services to our many residents. We also plan to continue working closely with our central government and regional partners such as the Commonwealth Local Government Forum and the Commonwealth Sustainable Cities Network to improve our response to the twin threat of unplanned urbanization and climate change, all with a view to create a society that is more sustainable, inclusive, safe, and resilient. We promise to always put our people first. We also encourage citizens to lend a helping hand whenever they can, however they can, to whosoever is in need. While charity starts at home, it certainly can't end there. Through the steady hands of all our medical frontline workers, I do not doubt that the worst of this pandemic can be put behind us. They continue to vaccinate more and more Belizeans and await the unvaccinated with their dutiful, steady hands, ready to help boost our national defense against the virus. As more and more of us get vaccinated, the numbers will reduce, our curfews will recede, our freedoms will be restored, and our path to economic recovery will be illuminated like the gleam in the bayman's eyes when the last of the Spanish Armada retreated. Through vaccination, we can safeguard our own destinies from the misery of the unknown. Belizeans, the title of this health and economic crisis may be different. The times are indeed odd. The leading voices and actors are anew, with new purpose, a new direction. But overcoming hurdles is nothing new to us. We are a nation of people that have always punched above our weight. When we tapped into our gritty Belizean DNA, no one can hold us back. We hear the stories of our forefathers tapping into that DNA and overcoming the threat of invasion. We have seen our political pioneers tap into that DNA and will our country to independence. We see our government, led by our Prime Minister, John Briceño, tapping into that DNA. We see our battered single mothers tapping into this DNA time and time again. Our cane farmers, food vendors, construction workers, stevedores, fishers, public servants, teachers, entrepreneurs, business owners, religious leaders, and citizens throughout the length and breadth of our young but resilient nation, tapping into that DNA. There's no quitting in us. There's no surrendering. There's no relinquishing the reins of our destiny. And the time is here for us to champion our gritty Belizean DNA one more time. Belize at 40, 400,000 hopeful hearts, 800,000 steady hands. One proud country. Together we will rise. Happy St. George's Caye, Belize. Thanks again.
Thank you very much, Mayor Bernard Wagner, for that very inspiring welcome address this morning. At this time, it gives me pleasure to call to the stage the man who has presided over the playbill of events for this September, one that certainly, notwithstanding the challenges and the dangers of COVID, is a playbill of events that is safe and responsible. And so we certainly acknowledge his vision, his passion, and his leadership. And so it gives me great pleasure to call to the stage the chairman of the National Celebrations Commission, the Honorable Francis Fonseca. Please join me in welcoming him on stage.
Thank you very much, Mr. Master of Ceremonies, Her Excellency, Froila Salam, Governor General of Belize, and Mr. Daniel Pendes, the Honorable Anthony Mahler, the Minister of Tourism and Diaspora Affairs, Chief Justice Michelle Arana, the Honorable Moses Shine Barrow, Leader of the Opposition, His Worship, Mayor of Belize City, Bernard Wagner, Canon Leroy Flowers, members of the clergy, members of the Diplomatic Corps, my friend, the distinguished Ambassador for the Republic of China, Taiwan, Ambassador Xian, distinguished guests and friends, and all Belizeans joining us this morning virtually. A pleasant good morning to each of you. It gives me great pleasure to greet you this morning on behalf of the National Celebrations Commission and the government of Belize as we gather to commemorate the 223rd anniversary of the Battle of St. George's Caye. This year, regrettably, our celebrations are once again muted by the devastating impact of the COVID pandemic, which has claimed the lives of more than 365 Belizeans. Today we honor them and pray God's blessings on their families. Today we also pay tribute to all those Belizeans who are on the front line of our nation's fight against COVID, particularly our doctors, our nurses, healthcare workers, police officers, and border security personnel. The battle we face today is that of protecting the health and safety of our people, while at the same time gradually and responsibly reopening the Belizean economy, returning to the classroom, and re-engaging with our families, friends, and communities for social activities. Vaccinations represent our best hope and opportunity for achieving these objectives. The more Belizeans that are vaccinated, the greater the likelihood of us resuming some elements of our pre-COVID way of life. This year, despite the challenges, our Commission and government has put together an exciting and innovative calendar of events under the theme, Hopeful Hearts, Steady Hands, Together We Rise. This year, as we celebrate the 40th anniversary of Belize's independence, we are planting 40 trees in each municipality, providing 40 grants for innovative art and culture projects, engaging our artistic communities in each of our 9 municipalities to create beautiful, inspiring art murals, establishing the Belize at 40 prizes for culture and creative excellence, the Andy Palacio Prize for original Belizean music, the Leela Vernon Prize for creative community action, the George Gabb Prize for visual arts and design, the Don Eligio Panti Prize for protecting and developing indigenous knowledge, the Z. Edgell Prize for the literary arts, the Rosita Baltazar Prize for dance, and the Beverly Smith Lopez Prize for drama and theater. We are also having 4 musical concerts in 4 municipalities across our country. A creative youth ideas summit in partnership with the National Student Union of Belize, and a panel discussion hosted by the University of Belize on the state of our nation at 40, which was very successfully held on September 8th. I encourage all Belizeans to participate in these activities virtually. Our battle today is, yes, a battle against COVID, but it is also a battle against poverty, a battle against crime, a battle against inequality and injustice. We must have a sense of purpose and a sense of urgency in fighting these battles. These are challenging times, but we Belizeans are a proud, resilient, and hopeful people. Our hearts are hopeful. The recent economic data reports from the Statistical Institute of Belize and the announcement from our Prime Minister regarding the trailblazing and landmark blue bonds are truly encouraging developments. We know that we will emerge from these dark days into a stronger, brighter future. This will require that all of us have steady hands, and that each of us, in our own way, put the national interest ahead of our individual interest. The common good must prevail over self-interest. We each have a role to play in the growth and development of our beloved Belize. With hopeful hearts and steady hands, together we will rise. Happy 10th day of September 2021. God bless each of you and your families. God bless Belize.
Thank you very much, Minister Fonseca, for those very sobering but very inspiring remarks. What could only be described as a call for action for each and every one of us as Belizeans. So please join me in again giving the Honorable Minister a round of applause. And thank you, sir, for your steady hands, your steady leadership. We will now move to the official installation of the Queen of the Bay, and I will call to the stage Mr. Samson Jacobs, member of the Queen of the Bay Committee, as he reads out the official proclamation.
Hear ye, hear ye. Whereas the reigning Queen of the Bay, Miss Myra Cyprian, the charming, having decided to relinquish her throne and lay down the crown and scepter of the Bay on the 21st day of August 2021 at the Belize Best Western Belize Biltmore Plaza, with the advice and counsel of the Queen Karima Card, Mr. Gregory Vernon, and Miss Mappy Smith, who being persons of excellent taste, sound mind, and with keen knowledge of beauty, charm, poise, and intelligence, did choose and name as her successor Miss Jewel Jones, the charming of the joy of the people of the Bay. Now do we, by common consent, declare, pronounce, and proclaim Miss Jewel Jones, the 76th Queen of the Bay, crowned in the presence of all here gathered, and at home and abroad.
art of the day. I accept this crown, this scepter, and this robe, and I will wear them with honor and pride. Happy 10th of September and a safe September celebration.
Ladies and gentlemen, please let us give another round of applause to Her Graciousness, the Queen of the Bay, Miss Jewel Jones. And I think it's only fitting to share with you all that, especially in this era of COVID, that Her Graciousness, Miss Jewel Jones, is a nurse and is completing her bachelor's degree in nursing at the University of Belize. And we certainly want to give another round of applause to the outgoing Queen, Miss Miriam Cyprian. Please give her another round of applause. Okay, we now have a cultural presentation. And this will be performed by Mr. Cecil Jenkins Jr., who's better known as Coconut Boy. And he is being accompanied by two dancers from the Belize Afro Dance Formation in the persons of Creative Director Ms. Chriselle Gabriel, along with Ms. Khadija Castillo. So please give them a warm round of applause as they treat you all to a cultural performance. And Coconut Boy will be performing his latest song, Belize Home.
Happy 10th of September, right? Coconut Boy. Here we go. Before I man born in this country, Belize is treated. Me don't stand way back in our history. The time the Belizeans used to bram in a 1981. Yo! Every September we broke it down, Mr. Lord Ray-Ban. I respect Judge Cadle Price, the father of the nation. I am proud to hold on to my identity as a Belizean. So if they want talk, make them talk about Belize. If they want real love, make them real love. Sing with me. If they want talk, make them talk about Belize. If they want real love, make them. You know why? Cause it's the Belize history. It's the ICJ victory. This the Belize history. Make we inform everybody. This the Belize history. It's the ICJ victory. This the Belize history. Make we inform everybody. We defend the land. Tired of Guatemala situation. Here we go. From me born till me go rest. What me a go do? Me a keep up Belizean tradition. Here we go. From border to border, I man the educate Belize future. I know you know they know that no part of Belize do what we owe. If they want talk, make them talk more Belize. If they want real up, make them real up. Sing with me. If they want talk, make them talk more Belize. If they want real up, make them real up. Cause it's the Belize history. It's ICJ victory. This the Belize history. Make we inform everybody. This the Belize history. It's the ICJ victory. This the Belize history. Make we inform everybody. Belize voted yes to the ICJ. Finally, we all are going to settle this claim. Belize flag went white and blue. I could tell you that I identify me and you. Belizeans, I respect Judge Kedul Price, the father of the nation. I am proud to hold on to my identity as a Belizean. So if they want talk, make them talk for Belize. If they want real love, make them real love. Sing with me. If they want talk, make them talk for Belize. If they want real love, make them real love. You know why? Cause it's the Belize history. It's ICJ victory. This the Belize history. Make we inform everybody. This the Belize history. It's ICJ victory. This the Belize history. Make we inform everybody. We defend the land. Tired of Guatemala situation. From a band till we go rest. What we are gonna do? Me I keep up Belizean tradition. Here we go. From border to border, I man the educate Belize future. I know you know they know that the part of Belize you will we owe. If they want talk, make them talk about Belize. If they want real love, make them real love. Sing with me. If they want talk, make them talk about Belize. If they want real love, make them real love. Yo, whoa, hakukunu, 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 boy. Happy 10th of September, right? You like this? Here we go. Boom. We tired of this claiming. From Guatemala, Belize tired of this fighting. With Guatemala, me tired of this claiming. From Guatemala, Belize tired of this fighting. With Guatemala, this is a serious problem. With we borderline from 1859. Belize, we had a treaty sign. Yo, it has been disrespectful. You want to take over, we want trespassing in our jungle. Let's shoot to our soldier. Border to border, Belize and Guate. Everybody, border to border, we need peace and order. Border to border, Belize and Guate. How to tell you, border to border, we need peace and order. We're tired of this claiming. From Guatemala, Belize tired of this fighting. With Guatemala, me tired of this claiming. From Guatemala, Belize tired of this fighting. With Guatemala, the OAS was here to investigate. Guatemala rejects your 11-point proposal. When was a child, Guatemala was still way pride. Belize has open no eye. I see Jenny to be implied. Border to border. How to tell you border to border? Everybody, border to border, Belize and Guatemala. Border to border, we need peace and order. No, stand up and leave it. We just want to pay a tribute, we want to sing the national anthem. Right? Ready? You go like this. Help me sing. Oh, land of the... We tired of this claiming. From Guatemala, Belize tired of this fighting. With Guatemala, me tired of this claiming. From Guatemala, Belize tired of this fighting. With Guatemala, this is a serious problem. With we borderline from 1859. Belize, we had a treaty signed. Yo, it has been disrespectful. They want to take over, we want trespassing in our jungle. Let's shoot to our soldier. Border to border. Everybody, everybody, border to border. We need peace and order. to border, Belize and Guate. All they tell you border to border, we need peace and order. We're tired of this claiming from Guatemala. Belize tired of this fighting with Guatemala. Me tired of this claiming from Guatemala. Belize a free country and not for Guatemala. This is the Belize and Taiwan song 2021, right? Together we rise, hopeful hearts, steady hands. We are partying now, right? We are partying now. Belize, rock down Prince, a coconut boy. Belize that for me home, I cannot leave it. Belize that for me home, I cannot leave it. Belize that for me home, no matter where I'm on roam. Belize that for me home, I cannot leave it. Belize that for me home, I cannot leave it. Belize that for me home, I cannot leave it. Belize that for me home, no matter where I'm on roam. Belize that for me home, I cannot leave it. So keep your flags and wave them home. Let's do it virtual on your phone. No jumping up this September. Don't you forget, please remember. This piece of land is our home. Diverse in cultures, we are known to Conga Florio, that's we are proud and we are. This piece of land is our home. Diverse in cultures, we are known to Conga Florio, that's we are proud and we are free. Belize that for me home, I cannot leave it. Belize that for me home, I cannot leave it. Belize that for me home, no matter where I'm on roam. Belize that for me home, I cannot leave it. September 1981, we are proud of our land. We've been fighting for so long. Independence we are strong. This piece of land is our home. Diverse in cultures, we are known to Humbla Florio, that's we are proud and we are. This piece of land is our home. Diverse in cultures, we are known to Humbla Florio, that's we are proud and we are free. Belize that for me home, I cannot leave it. Belize that for me home, I cannot leave it. Belize that for me home, no matter where I'm on roam. Belize that for me home, I cannot leave it. Belize that for me home, I cannot leave it. Belize that for me home, I cannot leave it. Belize that for me home, no matter where I'm on roam. Belize that for me home, I cannot leave it. So keep your flags and wave them home. Let's do it virtual on our phone. No jumping up this September. Don't you forget, please remember. This piece of land is our home. Diverse in cultures, we are known. So Humbla Florio, that's we are proud and we are free. This piece of land is our home. Diverse in cultures, we are. So Humbla Florio, that's we are proud and we are. Here we go. Belize that for me home, I cannot leave it. Belize that for me home, I cannot leave it. Belize that for me home, no matter where I'm on roam. Belize that for me home, I cannot leave it. Belize that for me home, I cannot leave it. Belize that for me home, I cannot leave it. Belize that for me home, no matter where I'm on roam. Belize that for me home, I cannot leave it. Ready? Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please let us give another round of applause to the Blockdown Prince himself, Coconut Boy. and Miss Crystal Gabriel and Miss Khadija Castillo of the Belize Afro Dance Formation. I think I saw Ambassador Sheehan shaking his feet there in his chair. I almost called you to the stage, Your Excellency. Thank you and your government and the embassy for your support, sir. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we will have the official departures. So, officially announcing the departure of Her Excellency, the Governor General, Mrs. Foila Salam, and Mr. Daniel Mendes. It leaves that for the hopeful hearts, steady hands, together we rise. Now announcing the departure of the representative of the Honorable Prime Minister, the Honorable Anthony Mahler. This is now followed by the official departure of the Acting Chief Justice, the Honorable Michelle Arana. We now have the departure of the Leader of the Opposition, the Honorable Moses Barrow. Now announcing the departure of the Mayor of Belize City, His Worship Bernard Wagner. And finally, we have the departure of Her Graciousness, Queen of the Bay, Miss Joelle Jones.
A symbol of grace, the Queen of the Bay. All nature above seems to smile and say, why we are dancing so cheap and gay.
And Her Graciousness is being escorted by Sergeant Tulum of the Belize Defense Force. We will follow now with the departure of the outgoing Queen of the Bay, Miss Myra Cyprian, who is being escorted by Sergeant Quiricio Koch of the Belize Defense Force.
Music keeps playing, Queen of the Bay, beautiful smile, Queen of the Bay, beautiful Queen of St. George's Ski Day. I love you,
Ladies and gentlemen, a big thank you to each and every one of you for braving the inclement weather this morning to be here with us at this official ceremony commemorating the 223rd anniversary of the Battle of St. George's Ski under the theme Belize at 40, hopeful hearts, steady hands, together we rise. On behalf of the Government of Belize, the National Celebrations Commission, a happy and safe 10th of September to all Belizeans at home and abroad. And remember to wash your hands regularly, wear your mask, and wash your distance. Happy 10th day of September, Belize.